Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And I hope you guys are all enjoying your day, but I have a very interesting question for you guys. And that is, would you rather hold gold or silver? And it doesn't matter if you've ever owned it or not, which one would you go for? And I want to dive a little bit deeper into that today, but not too deep because again, there's still going to be a follow-up episode coming soon, but I'm still doing my research on that. But I want to give you guys some hints of what I found out today. And I want to start it off by looking at the usdebtclock.org. And thank you, Frank Guzzi, for showing me this again. I have looked at this before, but I've forgotten all about it. But really, it's something you should take a look at because, well, if you start to realize all these numbers, you start to also become a little bit more aware of the situation that we are in. But now, a couple of cool things got added pretty recently, which were at the bottom right here, which is the dollar to crypto ratio, which is 65.12 to 1, and the dollar to crypto ratio of 2013, which was 9,183 to 1. Look how much that has actually changed, that's something I'm really interested in. And also the paper to gold ratio is 86 to 1 and the paper to silver ratio is 171 to 1. And then the dollar to gold ratio now is 32,000 per ounce and the dollar to silver ratio right now is 4,000 per ounce. Those are things you got to take into the back of your head. These are really cool numbers if you're into crypto or precious metals. And talking about precious metals, by the way, here you can see gold demand by countries in ounces, gold demand by sector in ounces, total gold demand over supply in ounces or slash supply in ounces. And what this is important for is that very often people consider the cryptos to be like precious metal, and then Bitcoin to be like gold, and XRP to be like silver. But fun fact, a lot of these things could actually point towards the connection a little bit further. And one of the things also cool that I'm often thinking about is that gold just hit an all-time high, right? And a lot of people were really excited about that. And if you invested at the bottom at about $1,470 in March, and you held all the way up till now for, I guess, the last couple of months, you would have a 32% profit or 33% profit, which is pretty reasonable considering right now we're at an all-time high, and this is just within 1 year. I mean, for any investment banker, that would be a huge return. They would be really happy. However, right, and that's why I'm so interested in all of this, gold is really akin to Bitcoin. I really like it, all right? It has a lot of properties that look like Bitcoin. We often say it's a store of value. Gold is not that practical. Bitcoin is not that practical either. And really, the big use case for it is that it's quite scarce in comparison to other precious metals, but really also kind of sturdy and really not that handy for a lot of other things. Yet, it's still one of the most sought after assets, and a lot of people hold it for its stability. But if we compare that to a coin like silver, or a precious metal like silver, and a coin like XRP that is a lot more easy to bend, a lot more versatile, and actually at this point a lot cheaper because of the higher supply, we've actually seen here that silver within the same time period, even though it does not get as much attention, has actually done 100%. So from the same point here in the middle of March 19th up till now, silver has actually performed 3 times better than gold did. And it's just, to me, really strange how many people are, or how few people are talking about silver right now, while everybody's talking about gold. And I really see the same thing happening with XRP and Bitcoin, where everybody's talking about Bitcoin right now because it's doing some crazy ass numbers. But in the end, it's really not that useful, not that good for a lot of reasons. It's just a good store of value. And with XRP, it's really good for cross-border payments, sending money to your friend, buying things, selling things, and all of that. And one of the things that really has shown that to me once more is Payburner here, and actually PayID as well. A lot of these things are becoming so freaking easy to integrate into your website or into anything right here. And Payburner is something we've been talking about for the last couple of days, just revolutionizing through XRP, the e-commerce realm. But look at this, guys. Install Payburner wallet for your desktop browser. It's as simple as a couple of clicks. Who would have expected that? And yes, it is founded by Craig DeWitt and Chris Oppler. Craig DeWitt is the product, or actually the founder, and he says product, this is a personal project. In engineering, this is a personal project. He didn't associate it with Ripple just to be smart about security purposes and just because I think it's just his own thing he's been doing outside of Ripple with no Ripple help except for Spring, right? So he didn't have to include it. But still, I find it a very cool venture and it's something I really, really look up to. Now, stocks, by the way, have also been doing a lot of crazy things lately, and people, I think, are flocking to gold and even Bitcoin for that massively as well, just because it's such an uncertain time with a huge amount of crazy things happening in there. So even though a lot of huge things are happening within stocks, really, really huge things are happening within stocks, people are still, and I see the YouTube videos, claiming a big crash is going to be coming any of these days. I've been seeing it so much over on Twitter as well. People are claiming that the market is going to fall really, really soon here. And that is just so crazy to grasp with how these prices have been moving. It's just so strange. But here's another article. Something similar to Bitcoin will rule the world. Former Greece's finance minister. Former Greece Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis, has responded to critics who feel his stand on Bitcoin is worth giving a second thought. The former finance minister who maneuvered the economy of Greece during the 2012 crisis responded to an op-ed published by Ben Ark on Bitcoin Magazine purposely to convince The Economist to have a rethink over Bitcoin. Responding to Ark as a fellow socialist, Varoufakis said he was intrigued by the blockchain algorithm in 2011 when the industry started gaining prominence and equally got hypnotized by the potentials of the decentralized ledger. However, the claim that Bitcoin is an alternative to fiat money is out of common sense. And actually, in my opinion, this makes a lot of sense as well, where Bitcoin and fiat money really look like two completely separate entities. Because can you easily save Bitcoin? Well, there's four, some claim differently, but there's 3 to 4 different properties of money. Just look it up for yourself right now for a little bit of a second. It's kind of akin to how people sometimes talk about the Howey test, but in that way, there's also properties of a currency or of money, really. And one of my academic papers was exactly about that. What describes money and how does it really work? Is Bitcoin money? And from my own perspective, I said, yes, it is money because, well, it really followed, at least you could place them in all 4 of the categories. And there are durability, there's durability, portability. It's hard to do it in English for me, right? So I'm trying to think here in the back of my head. You can actually put a couple more, but there's the core ones. Let's see which ones I can think about. Portability, uniformity, how do you say this? The ability to be able to save it, it being accepted, so acceptability, divisibility, and it not being, forever going on. So like limited to a certain degree. Those things, at least in my opinion, are the ones that, kind of sum up what money really is and the different function and all of that. Now, there are only 4 real properties, which are durability, divisibility, transportability, and non-counterfeitability, that I actually wrote down just to be sure that I had them. But those are not the ones that I normally always think about when I think about money. But basically, the point of that is Bitcoin follows those 4 to a certain degree. But coins like XRP just follow it way, way, way better. And the easiest part about it is durability, right? Bitcoin, is it really durable? Well, yes, but no. Is it really that durable? We can really debate about that. It can stay for the next 100 years. It could. But is it really good for the earth? Are people really going to want that? Are there going to be some issues in the future? Well, there could definitely be so. And then transportability. It just depends on how broad you want to take that one. Depends on if you take transportability between me sending it to you. Sending it from me to you is actually pretty simple with Bitcoin because it's all online. However, if you compare it to a lot of other currencies like XRP, it just really lacks in that aspect as well, where it's just not efficient to use it because it's so expensive. It's like transporting gold, right? Is that really simple to use as money? if you want to send some gold, you're going to have to do a pretty damn darn job to send $100 million worth of gold somewhere. It's pretty cumbersome, and that's also why I would consider gold not to be real money in that sense. However, again, opinions can really differ on that one. However, I would say, it's really a matter of opinion, but it's definitely not the best form of money in comparison to other crypto. Popular crypto analyst Peter Brandt says Bitcoin pointing towards an all-time high, XRP could follow. Now, in my opinion, it's always very, very strange when Peter Brandt says something about, Bitcoin or crypto in general, because almost always there's just people, just bashing Brandt and Brandt having negative things to say about XRP. But this kind of title made a very, very smart move here by making it look like Peter Brandt said something about XRP, but of course he didn't, right? And if he did, it would have been negative. He would never say XRP can rise. Veteran trader and crypto analyst Peter Brandt says Bitcoin's charts are pointing towards another all-time high. Brandt and several other analysts said XRP could experience a potential price breakout. Peter Brandt, this is actually where my head is. Massive symmetrical triangle in Bitcoin pulls to all-time high, then $50,000. Ethfee said, good point, but it's not only Litecoin that did not move all this time. Other majors are only now breaking out like XRP, Bitcoin Cash, XLM. Looking at BTC Daily, I am not sure that the party is over. Most likely the party is just starting for the major late runners. Peter Brandt said, yep, XRP to Bitcoin forming a possible inverted HNS bottom. Maybe Ripple Labs, the backholder, will be able to put a cat out of the bag. And again, kind of satiring the whole situation. But here somebody else is saying, XRP breaking out of the multi-month downtrend, free money 589 maximalist. XRP looks like she's going to rip real soon. Smaller bull flag above a larger bull flag breakout. The only explanation is 589 soon, which might be pure satire, might be just stupidity. I really don't know, but it's interesting. XRP needs to rally over 1,500% to reach its all-time high of 350. A little bit earlier, we were all really convinced about XRP to the all-time high, right? We were all discussing about the possibility of it and how far it were to be going because of one analyst who said, or one billionaire, who said it would only take 1,500%, or it would actually give us 50% of a return, and that would be a lot better than with Bitcoin, and he believes all these coins will go back to all-time high. Now, I'm personally quite convinced as well that we will get to all-time high, and thus, if you want to just go from that perspective, 1,500% is what you're going to get, and it's just a matter of time before we'll get there. But in my personal opinion, the best way to go about this is go for the coin that has the best short-term forecast, and then just keep on switching over. So holding just one coin, what that will most likely do is make sure that you're really kind of stuck, and at a lot of points in either a loss or not in the most favorable position, where you could just be a lot better. I mean, I'm convinced XRP will get to its all-time high, but there's a good chance that Bitcoin will run to, let's say, for example, $40,000 first before XRP will actually make a major move. And so the better strategy, in my opinion, would be to first go for a coin like that, like Bitcoin in this case, which might run up first. Then once Bitcoin has gone a little bit higher, you sell your Bitcoin, move it all into XRP, and get the gains. So you get the double gains, right? It's the smartest way to go. Anya Manuel just said on Twitter, Ripple is working to move the entire crypto industry towards better regulatory compliance, blockchain, Ripple. And one thing we are forgetting, in my opinion, and I guess we're forgetting it more and more, is the fact that regulatory clarity is still not there just quite yet. I mean, they're working on it like crazy, but it is just not there yet. And Ripple is one of the pioneers in that perspective that is really working hard to make sure that everything is set, all the rules are clear. And that's also why I think that their partnerships are, to a certain degree, a little bit lackluster. But I think they're really focusing more on making sure that everything is legitimized and that everything is set for the next 50, 100 years or so, instead of just the next 2 years before all the regulatory stuff changes again. And also something we must imagine and think about is that a lot of the partnerships that they have are not simple to arrange. And I think a majority of reasons for that come together in the fact that They just don't want to make it simple for companies to opt into crypto, to hop over into this newer space. With the new 2020 or July 22nd announcement of banks being able to, I guess, provide custodial services for crypto, that is a groundbreaking piece. But that also has to do with Ripple. We all know it. Ripple works, at least for the majority, with banks. You could say that the circle kind of rolls around, right? We also saw them officially say that XRP is a currency. We all know it. It's just a matter of time before all the regulatory clarity will be clear and before we will all be golden. Now, a couple other pieces that are not so speculative, not so crazy in the future talk. That is, 38,000 people are watching a fraudulent VC YouTube scam right now. I want to know from you guys, are there still scams in the videos? Whenever I watch them now, I'd never get a scam advertisement anymore, but that might just be my luck. Maybe I've reported so many that Google has just notified my account to be against crypto advertisements. I really don't know, but I want to know from you guys, so put it in the comment section down below so I can understand it a little bit better. Digital bank Revolut adds Stellar to list of supported cryptocurrency. Now, Revolut, or however you want to pronounce it, I don't give a crap, is actually very, very amazing in this regard, where they really are working quite hard with crypto like that, and they've just added XLM, which is, again, pretty positive, really, really good. It is following Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash, but yeah, it's following the list. Now, this is something I'm going to be talking about later today. I don't know if it's going to be a completely separate video or if I'm just going to add it into my video of later tonight, but just before it happens, I want to briefly go with you guys through all that you need to know about for tonight. Because again, the hard fork is going to be here in like 24 hours or so for Cardano. And I think a lot of people don't know exactly what it is about and what you need to prepare for. But I'm still wondering whether or not I should make it a completely separate video or just a small little piece. And here's a little bit more. Cardano Hoskinson layout post-Shelly roadmap. I'm going to be going over all of that. Along with some Digibuy stuff later today. So make sure you subscribe to be notified every time I upload another video. And take care, guys, and have a very, very nice day.